Welcome back to Aeons and Legacy. We're playing Chapter 5, The Darkest Night. We're going to continue on here. We've got the Haze Fiend right down to 69 points. We have Death Maiden at 8 hit points with Astria at 6, which isn't great. We do have some healing potential with Astria, so that should help us out. But we have this Degrade ability from the Haze Fiend, and we have him cracking crystals. Alright, we also have the Ether Extract out there, which is going to trigger this turn. There's nothing we can do about it on the Nemesis' second turn. Alright, turn order. Let's find out who is going first, and it's Astria. Alright, over we go to Astria and have her take her turn. Alright, here we are with Astria. She's got her Life Bringer gem, which is 1 ether. If you have 3 or more breaches open, gain a life. So she's going to gain a life, and she gets to put a crystal on top of her deck. And I don't think she's going to do it because she just has a basic one. So first off, we're going to put the Bending Beam in 3, because that's going to be able to fire off 5 damage. And she has a couple of sparks. 1 for 1, 1 for 2. And she has 2 ether left. Now, here's the decision we have to make. Does she go ahead and get a charge for her Life Well ability, or does she go ahead and get a Fire Chakram? The reason I want to start getting Fire Chakrams is they're cheap spells, and when you degrade a card, you can get rid of it and not take 2 damage. So it's kind of a trade-off there. So I think with her 2 ether, and she does get to gain a life, so this is going to go from 6 to 7. So she's up to 7 health, which is going to help, I suppose, a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and get a Fire Chakram. We need to start getting some cheap spells in our hand, so that when the Degrade ability happens, which we know it's going to from the Nemesis, we'll have something to burn and not take damage. So, put her cards back like that. So she's set up for a good turn next time. She's got 2 cards, 2 basic crystals, and flipping her deck over, 3 more cards, 1, 2, 3. And let's see what it is she has. She has a cracked crystal. So she's got 4 crystals and a spark. A very basic hand. Ooh, could be nasty. She's got some good spells right now. Alright, back we go to turn order. Turn order time. Who do we have? We have Death Maiden. Alright, so our Breach Mages are getting to go first. That's pretty good. So over we go to Death Maiden. Alright, here we are with Death Maiden. She's got 4 charges here. That's pretty good. She's got her Neural Wreath. She's got Force Transfusion, a Spark, and a couple of crystals. But she does have her Bug Zapper primed and ready to go. So we're going to fire that one off first. It's doing 1 damage to deal a damage. If it's to a minion, well, it's not going to be. There's no minions out yet, which is interesting, and you gain a charge. So she's going to do 1 damage to the Nemesis, and she's going to gain a charge, which is just good because now she's got 5 of her 6 charges ready to zap them bugs when they come up. Smash bugs. Sorry, we have the Neural Wreath. She has Force Transfusion. Well, she's going to go ahead and play Neural Wreath first. Focus any player's breach. She's going to go ahead and focus 3 because it's almost open. And when you focus a breach, you can put a spell in there. So she's going to go ahead and put the Force Transfusion in 3, and she'll put the Spark in 1. And that leaves her 2 crystals. She can go ahead and get her Bug Smasher fully powered, but I think she's going to do the same thing Astria was doing, and she's going to go ahead and get a Fire Chakram. Like I said, once we start degrading a bunch of things in hand, which we've already seen that in action, we want to have something that we can ditch. And so the Fire Chakram's cheap, and it's a spell anyway. It can do some damage for us in the long run. So I think we're going to do that. Alright, and she's going to get 1 more charge from the Force Transfusion when it fires off. That'll give her a full complement of crystals down there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I explain my faulty logic. But anyway, she's got her Entangled Shard, Gravity Node, and 3 regular crystals. Alright, that's going to be for her next hand. Back we go now to turn order. Okay. Who is going to be going next? The Nemesis, of course. Well, has to go. So put the card out here first, and we're going to knock 1 charge off of the Ether Extract from 2 charges down to 1. It's going to fire off. Next time, he's already got 1 token on himself, 2, and he does his nasty rule of cracking crystals. And we have, oh great, we have a giant shark. Oh, but so cool. All right. Cool beans, because Death Maiden can do 7 damage with her ability to a minion. Get rid of this guy right off the bat. Ravenous Leviathan, Persistent, Gravehold suffers 2 damage, and Evolve. Well, okay. But nothing happens at the moment. Alright, that was quickly the Nemesis turn. Let's have turn order happen again. Back to Astria. Alrighty, over we go to Astria, have her take a turn. Alright, Astria's turn. She's got a whole plethora of spells. First one she's going to fire off is the Bending Beam. We're all doing everything to the Nemesis as well. We're just going to leave the Ravenous Leviathan alone. So we're going to do 5 damage, 6 damage, 7 damage total to the Nemesis. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Nemesis for 7 damage, which is pretty good. 69 all the way down to 62. That was quite a smacking from Astria. I don't know why I flipped those cards over, but it is what it is. So she's got 4 crystals. This can't be used to buy a spell, though. And she's got a spark spell. So she'll stick a spark spell in one. It doesn't really matter. So she can use 3 to buy a spell. This one can't be used to buy a spell, though. That gets a little bit annoying. Or we can go ahead and get 2 charges. Or we can go ahead and get a Neural Wreath. Or we can get another crystal. I think we're going to go ahead and get another crystal, because for her, this crystal is really awesome. It allows you, with Open Breach 3 open, this is worth 3 ether. So she's going to go ahead and do that. She's going to put her cards, we'll put the cracked one with that one, and 5 new ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, for her next hand. She's got her Lifebringer, Fire Chakram, a couple crystals. Wow, she's got a nice hand next time. Alright, back we go to turn order. Back we are with turn order. Let's hope it's Death Maiden. That would be the most beneficial, but I don't know. And it is the Nemesis. No! Alright, well, it's 50-50 chance, kind of. But if Death Maiden had gone, she would have been able to smoke the Ravenous Leviathan, one-shot him. Not happening. Alright, this is going to happen first. We lose the final charge on the Ether Extract. Let's take a closer look at this nasty piece of business. Power to Unleash, which puts the second token on the Nemesis. Bad news. Any player suffers 1 damage and discards 2 gems. If both of those cost 0, we have to evolve this card. Oh boy. I think we are going to have Death Maiden get rid of her Entangled Shard. It costs 4, which is unfortunate. And that was it discard? It's discard, not destroy. Excuse me. So she's going to discard 2 cards, 2 crystals, right? Let me just double read this. Suffers a damage and discards 2 gems. So she's going to go from 8 health down to 7. She's going to discard her Entangled Shard and her regular crystal, which is not great, but it is what it is. So she suffered the damage, but we don't have to evolve this card, which would mean replacing it with, I'm sure, a much nastier one. So we're going to keep this around. This is going to go into the discard pile for the Nemesis. And now we have Mr. Sharkface here. He's going to take a bite out of somebody. Ravenous Leviathan. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Okay. Gravehold down to 24. Still looking relatively healthy. But we have to evolve this rotten card. So it's going to get its second of 4 stickers on it. And of course, when it's fully filled up, then you evolve it again, you're going to get probably the Uber Shark, the Megalodon nasty beast. Alright, I'm going to evolve this. And then we're going to be looking at this other Nemesis card. Okay, so we have evolved Mr. Shark, and he's going to go back here, ready for another chomp. But that'll be in the next episode, because the Nemesis now has gone twice. However, let's not forget, we also have this Nemesis card, and we have 2 tokens on him, Nemesis tokens. And we have, oh my god, an attack! Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Ooh, 22. Now remember, if Gravehold gets to 0, we lose the game. And then we're only playing this game once. We do not replay the Haze Fiend. And the player with the most crystals in hand places a flawed crystal on a non-flawed crystal in their hand or discard pile. Well, I think we've got 2 crystals in hand for Death Maiden. I feel like Astria's going to get nailed again. Astria's got 1 crystal 2. She's got 3 crystals. Guess what? Or her discard pile. She could... you know what? I think she's gonna crack a crystal in her discard pile. So let's go ahead and crack the very top one in her discard pile. Now I think we put them back in exactly the same order too. So we have to go ahead now and crack Astria's crystal, and that'll be the end of this card. So damn, we're getting lots of cracked crystals. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and it's going to go back on top of Astria's discard pile. Oh man, alright, so we've cracked another of Astria's crystals. No! And this goes back on top of her deck. But that's not all. Oh no, that's not all. We do have two tokens on the Haze Fiend. And if I refresh memory, any player places a flawed sticker on one of their non-flawed crystals in hand or discard pile and suffers 2 damage. Oh, come on. Astria already has 2 cracked crystals. I think we're going to go ahead and crack the crystal in... Oh no, she wants to get a fire chakram or not? We're going to crack a crystal in Death Maiden's discard pile. We'll do the top one as well. So let me reread this. Any player... their hand and suffers 2 damage. She's going to go from 7 health down to 5, which is absolutely horrible. I want to double read this here, sorry. So flawed sticker, she's going to get it on her crystal discard pile and suffer 2 damage. If no player has this, then you do that. If no sticker, then he okay, so basically he's going to lose the 2 tokens, which I've already taken off. So basically what's going to happen is Death Maiden is going to get her first cracked crystal. It's going to go back on her discard pile. And that's the end of the Nemesis turn. Oh, man. Alright. Death Maiden's first cracked crystal. And the sucky thing about these cracked crystals is they are going to be with us for the rest of this series. And I think there's at least a couple of more Nemesis we got to fight. So, wow. Not good. Alright, that is finally the end of the Nemesis turn. Up last, Death Maiden to get her Rwengi. So we're going to go ahead down to Death Maiden's area and have her get her revenge. Alright, Death Maiden, not the happiest camper right now. Everything is going well. So she's going to first off fire off her Force Transfusion. And it's deal 3 damage. If we have 3 or more charges, she does, gain a charge. So by firing that one off, we do 3 damage to the Nemesis, taking him down to 59 health. Okay, it's a long way to go. And she gains a charge, which is absolutely lovely because now she's got a full complement of charges. And just to add insult to injury, she's going to take the spark and fling it into the Nemesis's eyeball for another damage down to 58. She's going to now spend all of her 6 charges. What does that do? Deal 7 damage to a minion. Well, guess what, Mr. Sharkface? You have 7 health, and the Bug Smasher has taken you out of the picture. You are gone. That's good revenge for Death Maiden. And now she gets to play her very limited hand of cards. She's going to put the Gravity Node in 1, because she can't focus anything else. She does have 2. She could focus her Open Breach 2, but I think with 2 she's going to go ahead and buy another Fire Chakram. I kind of want to load up on Fire Chakrams when we start getting hit with the Degrade ability, and we can just burn Fire Chakrams without taking damage. And if we don't get degraded, then at least we can fire off the Fire Chakrams and do damage. So that was what she did with her 2 ether. She's got 1, 2, 3 basic crystals, flipping her deck over for, if I can grab them, 2 more cards. She's going to have, Fire Chakram and Bug Zapper. Alright, good stuff. And that's going to be the end of Death Maiden's turn. That's the end of our episode for today. So we're going to zoom out and wrap up. Alright, that is the end of our episode for today. We have Astria down to 7 health. We have Death Maiden down to 5, which is bad. So Astria, I think we need to start working on her adding charges and getting her healing ability going, her life well, to heal 3. So we can at least heal Death Maiden 3, because otherwise, nasty. However, we do now have the Nemesis with no cards out and no tokens on him, and down to 58 health. So, is that good? I don't know, I guess it is. So we'll see what happens. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for the continuation of Aeons and Legacy, Chapter 5, The Darkest Night.